Hey everybody, what's going on? Eric here, and this is the ESP LTD B50 bass guitar. It is not an active system, but it does have an active equalizer in there, therefore it takes a 9-volt battery. And it's basically on the tone control, so you have a wider range of frequencies when you turn or adjust your tone. Now I just pulled the case out of the corner where all the rest of the guitars were, and there was cobwebs on this fucking box. Sorry about that, but I ended up wiping it down before I started doing the video. I haven't touched this thing in a long time. That's kind of why I'm wanting to find a new home for it. Luckily, I was talking to somebody last night, and they want it, so this thing will be going to a new home now. I think I do have a box that I can make for this thing, because it's so long. I think I got something that I can use to ship it with without having to wait like I've been waiting for everything else to get a box for. So I'm going to open it up and take a little bit of a look at it. So since I'm one-handed right now, I want to do this in a way that I'm not going to tip the guitar over. So there she is. Now I bought the case from musician friends on eBay, and it was a used case, so it's not it's not a brand new case, but is in perfect shape. There was nothing wrong with it when I got it, so I ended up and then a case for this guitar was like kind of expensive. It was almost the same price as the guitar was new, so I ended up just picking up a used one. Musician Friends isn't bad. It's a good place. It's not too bad. I've bought other stuff before from them, and it's been cool. So this is the LTD B50 bass, and you can see it's not, there's no damage done to the headstock or anything else. The only thing that I did notice with this guitar when I first got it, like, I didn't do anything with it besides set it up when I got it. There was really no problems or anything with it, but you could tell that they used crazy glue to glue the nut on. As you can see right over here, the resin from the crazy glue as it was drying, so they were a little bit sloppy with it when they put it on. But other than that, everything is good with this thing. And the only modification I did do with this bass was put a thumb rest over here on here for playing in the center of the body. And if you wanted to play, closer to the bridge, you just put your thumb on the pickup and you're fine. Now, like I said, this is not an active system, but it does have an active EQ inside there, therefore there's a 9-volt battery. So when you adjust your tone control over here, it gives you a little bit more of a wider range of frequencies as far as your lows go. And it works. It does sound a lot better than just having a normal tone control. And then you have your neck pickups and then your bridge pickup here, and not a big deal. It's all chrome hardware. This doesn't have that black nickel or whatever they call that, and bridge is pretty solid. I mean, it's a pretty thick chunk of metal right there as far as and everything should be set up on the guitar, and I'll go over and make sure everything is set up on the guitar. It's been sitting for a while. I have taken it out a few times, checked it out, made sure everything was kosher with it. There was no problems, or the neck hasn't twisted or anything. But the bad thing about it is it sits. I've got the Ibanez, was it the SDGR or something like that, 400 bass, and I've been playing that a lot more. The neck on it is a little bit of a different profile neck than this one is, even though this one does have a pretty thin neck on it. It's I kind of like the Ibanez a little bit better. For some reason with the Ibanez guitars, they've been their necks, how they feel and stuff, I've just been liking them a lot better. So what I ended up doing with this thing here, because I bought this as a practice guitar, and I got it brand new about 2.5, 3 years ago now. Excuse me. And it's like, this thing is black. I'm going to be very pissed, even though it wasn't that much. I'm going to be very pissed if I scratch it or something. So I put it back in its box, and I didn't really touch it too much. I pulled it out occasionally, played it a little bit, made sure everything was still okay with it, no problems with it. It's been fine. So I'm going to pull the guitar out of the box. Now, this case here is form-fitted for this body style. So I'm not too sure if you'll be able to use this case for anything else. A lot of basses have more of a rounder area over here, not as kind of narrow as this is. And this case here is like a tight fit for this body. So I'm going to pull this guitar out of its case. Now I did put Schaller style strap locks on here, so that's right here. And what they are, you have your male, and then you have a female that slides over it, and there's a pin that locks in the center over here, so you don't have to worry about it coming off or having any problems. Now that's going to go with it. I'm not going to put the original strap locks back on. So inside the case you have a set of keys. This is a locking case, and I always keep one of these packs inside of here, just in case a little bit of moisture happens or something goes on where it'll help absorb it. There's a lot of cloth in here. You don't really want it to get wet because you can cause mold or something like that. So I got an Ernie ball strap, and this is the Schaller style strap locks like I was talking about. And you pull this pin when you slide them on and slide them off. That will be going with the guitar itself too. It's not a bad case, pretty big compartment. Like I said, I got this case, I believe it was used when I bought it from Musician's Friends, and it was in good shape. It wasn't bad at all, so I really didn't have to do much to it. Corners were good, there's no splitting. The only thing I don't like about this case, which all ESP cases are kind of like this, in this style, the tops and the bottoms, they got an angle on the top and an angle on the bottom that it meets up with, and it's supposed to help seal the case a little bit. Well, these cases don't necessarily seal. I've got another case like this for another ESP guitar, and they're basically all the same. So there's no like rubber foam or anything that goes around the edges to make like an airtight seal. So the air does kind of pass through here, which I don't think is a bad thing. But all in all, here's the bass. So as you can see, it's in very, very, very good shape. Fucking thing is almost like brand new. That's the front. Now there is a scarf joint on this neck. It's a nice looking neck. It's not bad. It's got some nice grain in it, nice detail. Start with the horn over here. 6-bolt design as far as the mounting of the neck. Still has the sticker on there for the inspection, and this is where your battery would be. It's not a very heavy bass, but it's not that light, but it's not that heavy either. It's pretty comfortable playing it. Now I use the because of how long the neck is and resting it on my leg, I usually put a strap with it, so it works out a lot better that way. So I'm going to basically kind of like polish it up to get my grubby fingerprints off of it. Replace the battery that's inside with a fresh battery. Plug it in, check it out, make sure everything is functioning the way it's supposed to be. There shouldn't be any problems with it at all. I never had to do anything with the frets on this bass. Everything was fine with it, and I didn't have to do anything with the nut. Action height at the first fret is pretty damn low without having a buzz. Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can say. The B50 bass, the LTD, was kind of like a practice and expensive bass. When they started off, they weren't really expensive, but they weren't all that cheap. But now, since time has went on, years went by, they've gotten a lot lower in price. So, like I said, it's not worth my time to try to sell this thing. I can't sell it for new; it has to be sold for used. So, it's not worth my time to set this thing up on eBay and try to sell it. So, nice. Luckily, it's going to a new home. So I'm going to go plug my phone in because I just got an indication that my battery is low and the light turned off on it because of that. So you guys take it easy, have a good one, and I'll probably be back soon, messing around with this thing.